And we are live. Welcome back, guys, to Rate My Team Round 9. Going to be an absolute cracker. Tell you what, though, I'm looking at my team and I'm considering not making any trades. And I know that's a bit different for me, but that's where my head's at. I'm sort of looking at my team and thinking, you know what? I got Latrell Mitchell there. That has been a rough one for me, by the way. It's not worked out how I planned. But I've got him there, and I'm sort of looking at it like maybe I'll use, Kidione Kautonga or Riley Smith in a loophole spot, see how they score, and then make a call on whether I end up jumping on someone else. But that's where I'm leaning. I'm just sort of thinking I might not trade this week. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm going to look at your teams as well. A lot of your teams do need trades right now, so I'll have a look at those too. Now, let's just quickly see who we got in the comments there. Bit early. You were very early, Wok. Let's go. 5 minutes left. Yep. How do we submit our teams? So if you want to be on the live video, jump on right at 6 p.m. But if you are before that or after that, we do written reviews as well. And guys, if you haven't joined yet, you can see on the screen there. It's the Elite Coach section. If you jump on WAP and upgrade, it's then in the Discord. It becomes available to you. Bang on 6 p.m. Oz time. Exactly right. Yep. Written reviews later. And hello. Hey, John. How's it going? Good to see you, Mason. Lachlan, good to see you too. How you doing? Watson there and Clark. It's decent. It's decent. I'm okay with it. Let's go, champs. Good to see you. Ethan Sanders at the Raiders. He should be solid. He should be solid. But I can't root for him too much. Playing me in head-to-head, Tony. All right. Well, man, good luck this week. But I think I'm going to pound you by about 200 points. And then Matt is there too. Jake, how you doing? Roman as well. All right, we got heaps. I can't go through them all, but hello, everyone. How you guys doing? Now, let's get into these teams because this is the fun stuff. So we've had a bunch of teams sent through already. All right. I'm going to work from when I sent the link. In fact, let's use that as the marker going forward. So this, when I send the link, or just 6 p.m., whatever one happens, if I miss the link, then obviously it's a bit tricky. But if I send that link, everything after that, that's when you get your review. Now, just quickly, too, as a reminder, if you're in the cheapie section, you got that orange name. This is your time. If you are in the, mid-ranges or guns, like J2, for example, you also get that call later as well. So let's get into it. Vertigo's first. He's looking at benching Ponga. Hopes he comes good soon. What's he on the fence about? Okay. Before I get into this team, I want to go through a couple of things that are kind of my theory for this week. I think South Sydney are going to bounce back. South Sydney are going to get cooked. The Knights are going to bounce back. I'm leaning towards the Knights bounce back. I think the Knights are going to score 30-plus points. It's just a bit of a feeling at this stage, but I just think they're going to rock up. I think, the return of Jacob Safidi, Adam Elliott, they're Tyson Frizzell, like their middle forward rotation is stronger again. They've been absolutely embarrassing. I think Ponga is going to be better this week. So my leaning with Newcastle players is to trust them for one more week. So when I look at your team and I see Ponga sitting on the extended, I'd be trying to find a way to start Ponga. Now the question becomes, who do you start him for? You've got a very, very good side. The issue for you is, you got Purdue on the extended bench as well. So I can see why you've done this. I'd probably be starting Ponga over Tamale. That's probably where I'm leaning there. I'm just going to double check the fixtures. And Magic Round's going to be a cracker, by the way. Drop a message in the comments if you're going to be at Magic Round, guys. If you are going to be there, drop a message in. Yeah, Tamale's up against the Storm, though, right? So I would personally run, you need a wing fullback. So I'd probably be running Kalen Ponga over Savelio Tamale. I think that's a pretty easy choice in my view. The other option there is Savala had a good game last week, but I don't think Savala is completely trustworthy yet. Like he scored the try and all that. So I'd be running Ponga over Savala. Yeah, and I'd be moving Sharp into that half spot. So you got a few options here, right? You got a bit of coverage. Personally, I'm leaning that way. I think Savala or Tamale need to come out. I'd bring Ponga into the team. So that's my leaning for you. In terms of your trades here, you've gone Toya and Toa out for Savala and Lucas. These are good trades. They help you out with round 12 in particular. Both those guys come in. Just with Toya, I'm not super keen on selling Toya, but for these trades, it makes sense because you're upgrading to Dylan Lucas. So I think for you, it makes sense. But in general, I'm not desperate to sell Toya. I'm going to keep Toya myself. But I think these are good trades, man. And yeah, I'd bring Ponga in. Your call between Savala and Tamale. I really don't think they're as trustworthy as their scores suggest from last week. Now, let's just double check the chat before we start tearing into these teams. How's everyone going? Yeah, Tamale's got Melbourne. All right, who's going to be there? NRL Nos going to be there. Woolly's going to be there as well. Awesome. Discord link is in the description of this video, guys. That's in there. Then should we buy Ponga is a big question from Josh. I really like the fixtures. I think he's got great fixtures coming up. I think it's risky to buy him with the Origin question. If it was confirmed that Ponga wasn't playing Origin, I would say yes. But without that, that's the issue. And guys, by the way, if you are at Magic Round this week, and sorry, a lot of detours before we jump in today. If you're at Magic Round this week, Saturday is the day where I'm running an event with the Caxton Street Brewing Co. So the brewery on Caxton Street, absolutely awesome venue. Levels Network and Hello Sport are going to be there on the Friday night. I'm running the Saturday. So in good company there, getting into the big leagues here. But I've got $1,000 of beers to give out for the 3 p.m. game. And before that as well, where we're going to be sort of giving away a lot of beers at the Caxton Street Brewing Co. So get down there, come and meet me. I'll be wearing a Parramatta jersey. Easy to spot this big, shiny, bald head. And I'll see a bunch of you guys there and hopefully give you guys a bunch of beers. Or if you can't drink, if you've mentioned that, then, maybe a Coca-Cola or something different. So Tua, let's see. How's it going? Just a bit stuck on trades. Trying to get ready for round 12. Here's my team now. And my team when I set up for round 12. Help. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to move too much. Trade out Hammer, Purdue, Mama Zealous. No. Keep all of them. First 1K. Congrats on the first 1,000-point game last week. That overall rank, by the way, it was like 150K, I swear. So you've already come into 78K. By the way, guys, if anyone doesn't know, J2 has started late. So he's actually quite good, but starting late means your rank's going to be pretty bad. But it'll definitely come in. You'll be in the top 10K by the end of Origin for sure. In terms of your team, though, I mean, Hammer could go. You could sell Hammer anytime, but you could also just keep Hammer so for a bit longer. Dolphins matchup. I'm just looking at that. They've got who are the Dolphins up against? They got the Roosters. The Roosters aren't a defensive juggernaut, so you keep Hammer so for another week. Like, I think a lot of people are looking at their teams and they're thinking about the trades they need to make in the next month, and they're all just kind of rushing them in now. You don't have to rush those trades in. So for you, I'm kind of looking at your team and I don't see any catastrophic issues. I don't see anything desperate that you need except for now you've got Savala there down the bottom as well. You could sell Paddy if you wanted to. You've got 118K in the bank, so Paddy out for someone up to 374K. You could potentially do that. If you sold Valmunga, if you wanted to, I wouldn't do it, but you could maybe free up some cash. In general, though, I think just sit on it for this week. Just sit on your team for this week. Obviously, King Togia from the Dragons, the young half at 230K, he is very appealing. But I think give him a week, just see how he plays and sort of figure out if he's a must-have. And for your middle forward and hooker rotation, like you've got, Aaron Clark there at hooker already. You've got Fanua Blake already in the front row. Valmunga's there too. For you, I'm going to say pretty firmly, just don't trade this week. Stick with your team as is. You got 22 trades in the bank, so you're running a little low on trades, I will say as well. Not low, but saving trades this week is a good move for you. Dayman, how you doing? Good to see you. Thinking no trades this week. What do you reckon? Eventually, we'll get JC back into wing fullback. Just need 3 mids for round 12. We're in a very similar situation, Dayman. I have to beef up my middle forward rotation as well, so I'm in the same spot as you. But let's see the team. Yeah, Nwani Tuase is one that's on fire, by the way. I'm doing actually a power rankings video tomorrow, so based on the last 3 round averages. And Nwani Tuase comes in at the top 5 in the wing fullback spot. So he's in hot form right now. For your team, though, I mean, you've got like Savala really is the must-have this week. Aaron Clark's a good option. It's just worth noting with Aaron Clark, guys. A lot of you guys are going to ask about him. James Fisher-Harris is now confirmed back in the next 2 weeks or so. Could be 1 week, but most likely 2 weeks. So Aaron Clark, I love Aaron Clark. I think he's a great option. I think he's a little bit underpriced. But last week he was priced at a 43. That was when I was really pushing him. This week he's priced at a 48. So it's a personal call at this point. He's still a bit of value, but I don't think he's going to be crazy. I think the minutes will drop back to sort of 55. He can still average 50 points. So he can still be a bit of value, but he needs a bit of attacking stats there at that price. So I'm a yes on Aaron Clark, but don't tear your team apart to get him, is kind of my answer on him. In terms of your team here, look, you got Yongi there. You got a lot of round 12 goodness here. You probably have a little bit too much in certain positions. So if we go into your centers, for example, you have Herbie Farmworth, Rob Toya, Kautonga. He might be in the back row spot for you there. But then wing fullback, you have Yongi, Jenkins, Sharp, 92 Arce. So you're pretty heavily beefed up in the back line for round 12. Even Metcalf there with Savala as well. So the half spot is covered. Back row probably needs a little bit of work, but I guess Kautonga can slide up there. And then, middle forwards, like you said. I would say don't trade this week. I think your team looks good. Most of your players are moving in the right direction. A lot of people are into selling Tom Jenkins right now. I personally reckon he's got some chops. Like I just think he has a bit of game about him, and we saw him when he was not playing next to Casey McLean. He was awesome. Casey McLean's now out of the team. I don't think he's going to go great this week, but I think when To'o comes back in, it's going to help Jenkins out a bit. So, yeah, I would say no trades for you. You're in a similar spot to me. We have a lot of time before round 12, so you don't have to have a full team yet. You can still build up to that. And Aiden says, hey, Longy, should I just do the one trade and save some or go all in to push the ranks? Let's see. Rank 808 is a good spot to be in. Ball Grabbers FC. What a team name. The Ball Grabbers. All right, let's see the Ball Grabbers here. So we got a good roster. Looks pretty balanced there. Looks a bit like mine, if being transparent. You got Garrick there as well. He's going to be awesome through the origin period, by the way. Jealous of Ruben Garrick owners, but he's just a bit expensive for me to jump on. The Clark to Kent to Clark trade is cool. I like that. Kent to Clark, and then you've got Toya Hubner to Lucas and King Togia. I think they're good trades as well. Lucas is a great option through the origin period. I'm personally a Lucas over Firma guy just because of the origin schedule. Lucas is one of the best centers. If I'm going to use a trade this week, I'm probably going to buy Lucas. So yeah, I'm thinking about it, and I think Newcastle bounced back. I think he has some attacking stats. We saw him score 49 last week with no tackle breaks or offloads even. So I'm pretty for the second trade here because the second trade is going to upgrade you quite a bit. The issue there, though, is then who do you bench? It might be Purdue, right? So you bench Purdue. Maybe Purdue is your loophole there with Kautonga. Purdue comes into your bench. Yeah, okay. I'm for the triple trade. But then the hard part about that is it leaves you with 18 trades, which is very low. So I'm going to say yes to the triple trade, but really try to save a few trades at some point, please. But yeah, I think the triple trade is okay. I guess the other counter to that though is you've got Herbie, Garrick, Sharp, Tamale, Jenkins. You've already got a full back line for round 12. So round 12, Lucas doesn't help you that much, but it is a good upgrade to your squad. It's a line ball. I'm going to say yes to the trades, but if you decide to hold trades, I'd be okay with that as well. The can't trade out, by the way, is an easy yes. Then Sam says, no trades for me this week. Dropped some ranks last week. Would you mind just having a look at my interchange and make sure loops are all correct? Yeah, sure, man. So yeah, 2,900. You're in a pretty good spot there. Then we've got the loophole spot. Okay, so Parramatta play the first game of the round, right? So I think it's wise to use your loophole with Parramatta. All right, like that's the easy play. You could do a little double loophole as well. So you could potentially do something with center there, but I think we keep the loophole simple. I would swap Kautonga and Toya around in your team. And then Kautonga plays the first game of the round, and he's your loophole instead of Toya, right? Because he scored that 13 Kautonga last time out, so he's a bit concerning right now. So if you go Kautonga in emergency 5, Toya in interchange 3, and then if Kautonga goes well, you leave that as is. If Kautonga goes poorly, Hubner comes up into interchange 4 for you. You could do an extra loophole if you want to, like a double. Let's talk about that in chat, but I think the single loophole might be good for you if you just keep it simple as well. So yeah, we'll chat in a level 1 cheapy trade chat later as well. Ant, how you doing? Magic round, awesome. Yes, guys, seriously, I want to meet as many of you guys as possible. So the main spot will be from about lunchtime, from about midday. I'll be at the Caxton Street Brewing Co. I'll put it on the Instagram story, all that sort of stuff as well. I want to meet heaps of you guys. Let's get heaps of photos. I want to have like a wall collage of photos with you guys to put up in the office here. So let's get together. We can do some live rate my teams as well. So like get people's teams out and film those. That'd be pretty fun. Just have a muck around. So yeah, keen to meet as many of you guys as I can. Now, Ant says I'll be at Magic Round this weekend. Hopefully, get a chance to meet. Absolutely. Currently ranked 22nd. Oh, well, I want to meet you then. You're the celebrity here. Top 22. That's awesome. What do you think of my trade options? 1, Cant for Lucas. I like that a lot. 2, Cant, Campbell, and Hubner. All good sells. For Herbie, Savala, Lucas. I think option 2 is a goer for you. Campbell, he needs to go. There's no point holding Campbell. So Yeah, 1,000 plus back-to-back rounds, sitting on Campbell too. Use the triple, man. Use the triple because you have 25 trades coming into this round, and that drops you down to 22. These are good trades. These are good trades. These are pretty great trades, actually, and you're ranked 22nd. Yeah, that puts you, I'm looking at your team, puts you in a pretty great position here. Just even Stafford Toa is super playable. Like, with your loophole there, I would be moving Toa into the team if Kautonga doesn't go 40 plus, right? So yeah, that loophole is really good for you. Like, your team looks fantastic across the board. The origin coverage looks pretty good too. Bit of middle coverage required, but that's all right. Everyone's in that spot. You're in a great spot. You could be top 10 after this week. Do the triple trade. Be aggressive. You're 22nd place. These are all guys who contribute to your team. Savala for cash, Lucas Farmworth for bulk scoring. So I would make those moves 100%. Just do a bit of counting. Make sure you've counted out your numbers right. You're not wasting spots because I think you do have a pretty heavy backline in terms of numbers. So maybe, I guess you're probably going to play Lucas in the back row potentially. You got Nicholson there too. Just have a think about that. But otherwise, I think this is fantastic. By the way, you're 22nd place. So look, if you're in my general rule can be if you're in the top 50 or so, I'll give you a bit of extra attention. But yeah, just drop a message in level 1 if you want to talk a bit more there too. Money Mills, new to the show. Awesome. Good to see you, man. These are the trades I'm thinking of for this week. PS holding out on trading Safidi. See if I can get Garrick next week. Okay. So Connor Watson, Ben Takura out for Clark and Tuavidi. These trades are okay. They're okay. Tuavidi is interesting. He's interesting. His biggest minutes game has been 33 minutes. He's been well below that most games. That's my concern with him. But I guess generally speaking, yeah, the side looks good. It looks clean. You're going to stick with Ponga. I think you got a few of those nights as well. So hopefully they bounce back for your sake. Carrigan's a guy you're going to get rid of at some point. No rush, but you'll be getting rid of Carrigan relatively soon. I don't mind your plan. If you want to go Garrick instead, you can go Garrick instead. There are other options as well. Like you could go to Drinkwater, potentially. We like Drinkwater quite a bit. You've already got Sharp there, but you got a bunch of options. DJ Candelf. Yeah. Drinkwater is another option there. So have a think about that. You could go Drinkwater over Garrick because you're already very covered at the center spot. So toss that up, but I'd probably lean towards Drinkwater instead. That's where I'm leaning. No shoes, no wuckers. I'm getting hammered the last few weeks, not having May in all my head-to-heads. That's brutal. You probably have to get him. That's tricky. So how would we get May into your team? If you're more focused on head-to-head, then I'm probably thinking, Connor Watson's actually kind of useless for head-to-head. Like he misses games that are not great for you because of the Roosters schedule. So Roosters are really good for overall coaches, but bad for head-to-head. So as a head-to-head coach, everyone else just filter this out a bit. I'm probably going to say that you want to sell Toyota Savala is fine because you're a head-to-head coach, so you don't really care about buys. I would then probably sell Hiroti. I'd sell Hiroti and probably Connor Watson. Move Clark into hooker. So Connor Watson and Hiroti, I'd sell them, and I would buy Tyrell May, and then I don't know how much money you have left after that, but maybe King Togia, or if you have more money, that's even better. You can go to like someone like Cobo or something like that too. But that's what I'd be recommending for you if you're more focused on head-to-head. Yeah, you need to get Tyrell May in your team. Tyrell May is a monster, and I think he'll back up from Origin this year too. Bomb Life, how you doing? Hey, Longy, I'm pretty sure my team is pretty ruined. Not sure what to do trade-wise this week. Don't stress too much. You're not ruined yet. It's round 8, round 9. Like, you can bounce back. The Origin period is going to be a saving grace for a lot of teams, guys. Like, this is the time of year you want to absolutely nail it because you can make up huge ranks through the Origin period. So can't seem to get a good week to save my life. I feel like it's time to prep for Origin. Exactly right, man. I'm not sure if these trades are good. Any advice? Let's see. Hubner, Watson, Tino out for Riley Smith, Max King, Fanua Blake. These trades are fine, man. Yeah, so Max King is one who I didn't have in our buys list last week because my thoughts on him was he was going to drop back into that sort of low 50 minutes area, which he did, and become a high 40s to low 50s scorer. He went lower than that. He scored a 42. But Josh Curran's got himself suspended for 3 weeks, and Tupanua's suspended for 5 weeks. So, we're in this situation now where it feels like Nafahu White all over again, where I was correct, but the injuries and suspensions just save the day. So yeah, King's a good option. He'll be solid, especially with those suspensions there. Fanil Blake is solid as well. He's been a bit dicey, but match up against Parramatta this week, I think he scores a try, so I like that. And then Riley Smith played 80 minutes in his last game. The hooker scores will come up for him as well. So I'm all for these. I think these are good trades. Yeah, they beef up your middle forwards, put you in a great spot because you have quite a bit of depth in the back line as well. So it could put you pretty close to having enough players for round 12. I'd probably, though, make an adjustment if I was you. I would go Aaron Clark instead of Fanil Blake, just to beef up, your hooker depth as well. But I think Aaron Clark's a bit cheaper than Fanil Blake. He's moving in the right direction in terms of money. Fanil Blake does have that groin issue that's been lingering as well. So I'd probably go that way. But Fanil Blake should score well this week. So if you like him too, that's the toss up I'd throw to you. But your trades are fine as well. So you're in a good spot. DJ Gandalf's following along with us. Caleb Collins, what's up, Longy? Not many trade options this week. Well, man, I'm going to have to see those trades, but I'm sure you send them through shortly. Jack, hey, Longy, honestly not sure on trades this week. Trying to convince me to keep Jenkins. Also, would you recommend, who would I recommend to put in the emergency this week? Mainly just playing head-to-head. Kind of care about ranks. Okay, we'll focus on head-to-head for you then. So for you, Lucas, Clark, and Savala are all pretty good options for head-to-head. Jenkins, Abner, Toa. There's not you could sell Toa. He's good with Galvin back. Like, he's kind of on the fence. I think Jenkins has a bit of chops, but if these trades are pretty good, like you're upgrading your team, you're giving yourself 2 starters for some guys that you're probably not really starting consistently. So I think that's a good upgrade to your team. Yongi versus Tamale is an interesting toss-up. It really is a toss-up as well. You could loophole Yongi first. So there's a little loophole move you could do here that's pretty smart. If you put Yongi into emergency 6, right, and you put Garrick into the starting wing fullback spot, then Yongi would be your top wing fullback and he would sub in. So it's a positional loophole. If you guys don't get it, by the way, if anyone's watching and don't get it, just ignore. But if you get it, awesome. So emergency 6 for Yongi and starting for Garrick. And then if Yongi goes badly, you then move Tamale into the wing fullback spot and start him. So you get rid of Yongi completely. And then you can do a second loophole where you put Garrick in the interchange 4 spot and you still do your Toya loophole as well with Egan. So that's what I do for you. That's a pretty solid double loophole that you can run there because Garrick is so flexible. And I think the trades are good as well. So run those trades and do that double loophole like I mentioned there. If you're not sure about it, just shoot me a message in level 1 Cheapy Trade Chat. I'll talk to you there as well. Crooks, thoughts on these trades? Feel like before I do jump in, I'll just jump into the chat. Don't like to neglect it for too long. How are we going, guys? A few questions in. How do you get into Rate My Team? How do you join the Discord? Yep. Here we go. So, guys, yeah, you can jump in. There's a link below the video here. And that's how you jump in. So the Discord is free to jump into. There's about 3,000 people in the Discord. But if you want to be in Rate My Team, you've got to be upgraded to part of the elite coaches. So that section there on the left, elite coaches, that has different tiers. So level 1 is this cheapies there. You can try a trial out if you want as well, and just get into this one and cancel if you want to. Or you can stick around because it's a pretty sick community. It's cheap as like $3 a week. But if you do go up to mid-ranger or gun, we have a call at 8 p.m. that we all jump on. Super chill. We talk through everyone's teams, and it's much more access. So I'm sort of, there to give advice, but also there's about 5 coaches who are in the top 30 who are in the gun section. So it's very high quality fantasy coaches. There's multiple previous winners in there. Like, that's the spot that you want to be in to get into the gun section if you really want to take fantasy seriously. So look, do whatever you want to do. I also put out all the information in videos as well, so you can be a part of it free too. But that's how you get into that, guys. So yeah, no pressure or anything like that, but it is pretty sweet in there. I actually really enjoy it. So Crooks, thoughts on these trades? I feel like a star has done his job for me. It made enough cash. Yeah, Stafford. Getting Clark in would mean I'm only missing 1 mid to make a complete 13 for round 12. Don't mind that at all. And the players in 13 could be Origin, being Preston or Burton. Yeah, let's see this. So Stafford Toa out for Aaron Clark. I'm cool with that trade. Your starting team looks pretty good. You're in a decent ranking position. You should be able to rise up through the origin period there as well. Yeah, keep Callum Ponga this week. I think it's a pretty easy play. Matty Burton is annoying for you. That loophole is good though. I guess I'm just thinking about who you want to loophole. So 1 sec, guys. Turn the light back on. Damn, energy saving lights. Look, I'm all for the environment, but so Aaron Clark is in your emergency 5 spot. Dylan Egan is emergency 6. Navahu White also a little bit untrustworthy lately. When they're at full strength, he's not as good a scorer. You got Kautonga in the starting team, but okay, you're a bit light in the back line, which is a bit different to most teams. So let me just double check the order of games. So Aaron Clark being your loophole. So the Dogs first thing. Dogs play on Sunday. Okay, so you can basically do whatever you want there. Aaron Clark plays 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. So, but then, yeah, Egan plays 7:45 on Saturday. Yeah, that loophole should work, but you got to be on your game there. I think the easier loophole would be I would move Aaron Clark into into interchange 4, interchange 2, sorry, interchange 2. So I would swap Aaron Clark with Nafahu White because Nafahu White plays on the Friday. So you get to see Nafahu White's score, you get to see the update, and you can decide whether you want White's score or whether you want to roll the dice with Egan. So I would change that around, move Aaron Clark into interchange 2, move White down into emergency 5, and run that loophole a bit differently there. Trades are good, by the way. You got 200K in the bank, so if you did want to make a move, you could move someone. I'm just trying to think of who you would move. Like you got a pretty nice team, being transparent, but you could move. You don't really need to move Connor Watson. You got all that cash. Like you could move Jenkins if you wanted to, but your wing fullback's pretty good. Could move Jenkins for a center potentially. It's not heaps of cash you have to use. Yeah, have a play around with it, but I think this single trade is good. You save a few trades there, and just switch that loophole around with Nafahu White instead. But yeah, have a think about some extra trades as well. Then only Ducky, Hey Longy, team before trades. No clue what to do this week. These are some trades I've looked at. Do I want to trade off Horse or Ponga? I agree with that. Could be a hold. Drinking and Lucas, yeah, they're good options to get in. So Horse and Ponga out for Drinkwater and Lucas. I'm not that keen. I don't know. Ponga's dropping so much cash, but he's so cheap. He's so cheap. Like, and his fixtures are so good before Origin. You've already sort of copped it with Ponga. I know, and we talked about sunk cost fallacy yesterday, but I just really think in fantasy it's good to have a bit of that mentality because you rank 2,000 here, right? So if you get off Ponga, you just join the crowd, but a bit behind them because you've already copped the low scores. So when it comes to fantasy, it is sometimes better to be stubborn. And I think Ponga, he's got the fixtures coming up. He's got the Rabbitohs, the Eels, and the Titans next 3 weeks. If you can't score in those games, you can't score ever again. Like he is done forever, basically. So I would stick with Ponga. I wouldn't do that trade to Drinkwater. And then Horsburgh to Lucas, I don't think it really helps you that much either. Like they're roughly equivalent scorers. Lucas is better positionally, but Horsburgh's fine too. I wouldn't do any of those trades. So then I guess, is there a trade that I would recommend for you? You've already got Savala. He's kind of the must for me. I'm just sort of looking at this and thinking, save your trades. And then you'll have 22 left and you'll be in a pretty good spot. Because if you save your trades, you'll be in a good spot for next week, I think, trade-wise. So I think take the chance to save trades this week for you. Rolly, I'm not sure about selling Horsburgh this week. I don't think you should. Pringle and go, yeah, don't sell Horsburgh yet. Like Horsburgh hasn't given us a reason to sell. He's not scored below 48 all year. He's pumped out that 61. Let's just see your trades here. Because you got Horsburgh, Latrell, and Paddy out for Lucas, Sharp, and Tuaviti. Again, I'm not that keen on Horsburgh to Lucas. 3 weeks till Origin. Lucas is 1 week back from a hamstring issue. They're roughly equivalent scorers. And your bench, you're putting a center on your bench anyway, so you're not getting the positional advantage out of that trade. I think the other 2 trades are okay. Like Latrell to Sharp and Paddy to Tuaviti is okay. I would do those 2, but I would ditch the Horsburgh to Lucas trade. I think it's one of those ones where we're all kind of looking for reasons to trade guys, and we don't need to yet. right? So for Horsburgh, there's still a small chance he doesn't make Origin. It's not likely at all. I think he's in the Origin team, but let's say he's like a 10% chance of missing Origin. If he misses Origin, then round 12 he is so valuable to us because middle forward is such a tough spot. Dano, hey Longy, my team after potential trades, I believe Watson will play Origin, so jumping off him for Clark before Clark makes more money. Other gun trade out is of Sharp and Lucas. Any suggestions? Let's see this. So you ranked around the 7,000 mark there, so we got a bit of room to move. Bench looks pretty good. No loopholes. You've sold Watson, Toya, Toa for Clark, Smith, and Lucas. I think those are pretty good trades. You're upgrading there. I mean, Watson and Clark are kind of equivalent, is my concern. Maybe Watson might be even a little bit better than Clark in the next few weeks, like after this. But Toa to Lucas is good. Or Ponga to Sharp. Nah, not Ponga to Sharp. Toa to Lucas. So yeah, I reckon this triple trade is good. Run this triple trade. Leaves you at 21 trades. You're in a good spot there. I just don't want to go below 20 trades. I think that's generally what we should be trying to avoid. Yeah, the triple trade is good. You're in a good spot there. So run that triple trade, and I'll see you on the call later as well. And CFA, Kia ora longi. How you doing, CFA? Needs some serious help this week. Thinking of a rogue trade because I think Ponga has a gun next few games. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're about to see the first person suggesting buying Ponga. Oh, mate. Okay. Okay. Let's see this. Let's see this. Woo! Ooh, these are scorching hot trades. All right. So Reed Marnie and Angus Crichton out. I'm good with those as sells. Reed Marnie's been a very unlucky pod for you. His minutes have just fallen off a cliff. Like, it's totally perplexing. Really weird. Like, we had no warning signs of that. I guess there was a bit of talk he might be shopped around. So maybe that was the warning sign. But Aaron Clark and Ponga. Now, I'm not against this. I'm not against this. Like, yeah, looking at the team. Yeah, Gus obviously has to go right now. Aaron Clark's a good addition for you here. It's a good side, mate. I'm not against it. Like, it's a nuclear option. It's totally nuclear option. We've seen nothing from Callum Ponga, by the way. Like, we've seen absolutely nothing. So the concern here is, you get Callum Ponga in and he sort of remains the same guy that he has been this year, and you're just totally cooked. That's my worry there. So I like it as a pod. I'm going to say yes to it, but man, it's juicy. It's outrageous. And DJ Gandalf, I think he likes it. NRL Noz doesn't like it. You guys should give your live reactions while we're doing this. I'll read them. So NRL Noz is praying as Bergs. So yeah, I'm into it. I think it's a good trade, but it's risky. It is very risky. So just keep that in mind. Mitch Halongi would love to know your thoughts. Captaining Haas this week, hoping he pops off against the bottom place team, and everyone will be captaining May. Thoughts on bench orders? I know you've been doing pretty well too recently, Mitch. Yeah, rank 31. There we go. That's absolutely killer. Drink his dream in the house. Excuse me. Now, trades you got here. Hubner for Riley Smith. It's okay. It's okay. It's decent. I'm not that excited, but let's see the team. So yeah, Savala, Riley. Yeah, Riley's a good little loophole. He plays the first game of the round, so I don't mind that at all. Then Purdue, Toa. Yeah, okay. They're looking pretty good, man. Is there anything I would sell? Any trades I would want to make? Haas as a captain is a bit of a pod for you there, so I'm going Tyrell May myself. But look, captain is such a roulette right now. So if you want to go pod captain, I like that. Your loophole set up right. You could sell someone else if you wanted. You got 79K. What would you do? Bring in Riley Smith. If you wanted to, alternate option, I'll just throw it at you. You could sell one of like Jenkins and Toya and Hubner and bring in like Aaron Clark and then a super cheapie, like King Togia, something like that. You could do that. But I think this is a good trade too. Riley Smith, he played 80 minutes last game. There's no bench hooker. So I'm going to say for you, it's a yes from me. And then reactions, the Gutho concern, thumbs up from Arsehole. He likes it. And DJ Gandalf doesn't like it at all. So we've got a bit of a spread there. Willie 1300. Hey, Longy, my man, have a look at this bad boy of a team. I'm unsure of trades this week. I was looking at Dylan Lucas, but open to other ideas. Let me know what you think. Team is before trades. 223K in the bank. Let's see the trades first. So you got Connor Watson for Dylan Lucas. I think that's fine. It upgrades your scoring a little bit, just a little bit. but it upgrades you around 12 a lot, and positionally it's very helpful. Or Watson, Hubner, Toa for Isaac Tungo, Adam Fanua-Blake, and Dylan Lucas. A bit riskier. What you're picking there with Fanua-Blake and Tungo is attacking stats. So no one can have a guarantee. Like I can tell you, I like them both as potentially guys who can go on a hot run, but I can't guarantee that. You can't guarantee that either. And you've got some very targeted ads up here too. Not the worst on the left there, I will say. Now let's see the team before trades. So Lucas will come in, helps you out at center quite a bit. Then Clark, Horsbrow, Savala. Looks good. Looks good. I'm going to go the triple trade. I think triple trade's the play. That triple trade's good. It leaves you with 19 trades, which is a bit low, but just try and save trades in future weeks. But I think it's a good trade. Just quickly checking. DJ Gandalf doesn't mind it at all. NRL Nos likes it. Kai is shocked by it. And we got Cam McInnes there too. Now, Kai, probably going to run no trades this week. Just wanted some advice. Yeah, we'll talk later on the call as well, man. But let's see. I'm a firm no on this trade. Toyota King Tugia, firm no. Or, yeah, firm no to this as well. So Toya and Egan, I would hold them both. King Togia, by the way, I'm excited about him, but I want to see him play because the Dragons have just shuffled their halves. They have some good guys in reserve grade too. If they get pumped in this game and he looks bad, he might not get into the team next week. So I'm just of the view that we wait a week. Like, we're not so desperate for cash that we need to jump on at 230K. So wait a week on him. Let Toya play. Definitely keep Dylan Egan. So I'm going to say save trades for you just to make sure I've got it all right. Yeah, Savala's a good loophole there too. You could use Yongi in your loophole instead. If I was you, I would personally do Yongi in the loophole and Savala as the backup because Yongi plays in that first game. So that's my advice to you there. The one thing to change. And you got May captain, the Herbmeister vice captain. Yeah, team looks good, man. But that's my one adjustment there. Don't make any trades. And we've got CJ agrees with me. Don't do those trades. Now, before I go to Waggy-san, let's quickly jump into the chat, see who's around. How do I join Discord chat? So I'll send the link, right? So the Discord is in the description of this video. If you want to be in Pimp My Team, just put it in the chat there. I'll send that link. You've got it's wap.com/the casual athlete. That's how you jump in. You just got to sign up there, and then you get that trade advice on that sort of jazz too. So yeah, the question here too, saving trades is important. It's not, you got to do it at some point. Like, you got to do it at some point. If you have a good trade to make and there's a reason to trade, I'm all for making trades. But in general, you have to find a week where it's like, all right, you know what? This week I'm not going to chase every rabbit, right? I'll let a few go and I'll save some trades. So that's what I'm thinking there. Waggy-san really tossing up the trades this week. Pod play failed hard with Fafita, so I think he needs to go. Pretty keen on the 3 I'm planning to bring in. Just not 100% on who to sell. Got a few options. I think Egan, Alatu, Fafita. Yeah, okay. Let's see these trades. So Trell, Fafita, and Finu out. Latu Finu could come back into the team is my one thought here. So I think he's a hold, but these trade-ins are good. So I'm going to say yes to this, but I'm not that keen on selling Latu Finu. Or Egan out instead of Latrell. Nah, I'd sell Latrell instead of Egan. Egan's got cash to make. So the triple trade here is good. The Latrell for feeder Finu trade. And that puts you in a pretty good spot because it'll beef up your side as well. But you could do a loophole here too if you wanted to keep Latrell. I reckon the triple trade is good. It'll leave you with 21 trades. So yeah, do the triple trade, Waggy-san, and you're in a good spot there. NRL Nas, good to see you, bud. So rate the trades and different people I should go for instead. Let me just quickly mark this as resolved. When we get a bunch of joiners at once, it sometimes flags up and says, there's a bunch of spam coming through. So I just have to tick that off. But yeah, so NRL Nos, rate these trades and different people I should go for instead. I'm so poor. Only got the king because of that reason. Why? Who should I loop, or is it already good? So 3,538 rank. Team looks pretty good. Light at center, but that's okay. We've got a lot of cheapy centers. There's Garrick. Okay, I can see the cover now. King Togia comes in on one of your trades there. So you've gone Watson, Hubner, Toya for Katoa, Drinkwater, King Togia. These trades are fine. Leaves you with 1K. I think they're good trades. I'm not obsessed with selling Toya, like I said, but I'm going to say yes to these trades. I would also think that loopholing Ponga is probably a good move, but you've got Savala there in the loophole as well. I'm just preferencing. I just can't find a way to do it, but I'd love to start Ponga in this team. But yeah, I think the loophole you have set up there is all right. Savala, if Savala goes 40 plus, you play him. If it's under 40, you play Ponga instead. So yeah, you're in a good spot there. Looks good, man. Now, Baden. Hey, Longy, head-to-head team. I'm glad you always remind me. I know you're head-to-head, but you got to remind me. Keen to not trade this week, but can you help me with a loop, please? Pick 1 to start and 2 to loop between. Kautonga, Toya, Tamale. Okay, so I think Kautonga is a really good loop. It's not confirmed, right? He's not confirmed, but Kautonga plays the first game of the round, obviously. And Kelma Tuolangi was awesome in that edge next to Mitch Moses. They've then brought Geimer into the team. Kelma's out for 3 weeks. So Geimer's in the team. There's the potential that Kautonga goes to that side and plays next to Moses, which would be ideal for his scoring production. Now, because it's unconfirmed, this makes him the perfect loop because he could score poorly against Cronulla or he could absolutely pop off in this game. So I think Kautonga is the first option in your loop is perfect. And then it just becomes a question of Tamale or Toya. So I guess when we go to Kautonga, the other option you have here that's actually pretty sweet is you could run a loop, a positional loop. So you could run, and let's talk about this in a bit, like jump into the level 1 chat or just DM me actually. But you could run Riley Smith in emergency 5 and Kautonga in emergency 6, right? And then Riley Smith would be your loophole for this spot here. And Kautonga would be your loophole for the center spot starting, right? And then if Riley goes well and Kautonga doesn't go that well, you then move a center into the starting team. But if Riley goes poorly and Kautonga goes well, you move Garrick into the starting center spot and you move Hubner into the interchange 4 spot. So you can do the double loophole here because of Garrick's flexibility. So it's going to be Kautonga in emergency 6, Riley Smith in emergency 5, Garrick where he is. And then, yeah, you're running that. So that's what I'd do there. I'd probably play Toya over Tamale at this stage. I'm just looking at the fixtures. The Storm's not a great matchup. End of Magic round, I'd probably go Toya over Tamale, but it really is a coin toss. Like those two are a bit specky. But yeah, so you're running that loophole, like I said, with the order from top is Garrick, Riley Smith, Kautonga. So yeah, run that. That's a double loophole. That'll help you out in head-to-head a bunch, man. Then Nebsy0669, rate my team, please. Feel like this might be done with Yo. Done with Yo yet? Watson, let's see. So Yo, I wouldn't sell Yo. Watson, Toya, Firma, Lucas, Carraz. Kind of feel like you're forcing it, to be honest. Like with these trades, they're feel a bit forced to me. But let's see your team after the trades because it does look pretty good after trades. So before trades, Yongi's not a bad loophole with Garrick as well. You can do that double loophole like I mentioned before. I'm going to say no to Yo to Firma. So remove the Yo to Firma trade. I don't know if you can afford it, but Watson and Toya to Carraz and Lucas is good. So try and do something like that instead. Overall rank's pretty good, by the way. So yeah, Watson, even then, you don't necessarily have to sell Toya straight away. Carraz is losing money right now as well. So maybe just Watson to Lucas and you save trades. That could be an option there. You could sell Hubner if you wanted to instead. I'd probably sell Hubner before I sold Toya myself. So sell Hubner instead of Toya and make another move. That's my advice for you there. But yeah, we'll talk more on the call later as well, Nebsy. Then CJ, hey Longy, what are your thoughts on I think not trading this week or saving trades for round 12? Yeah, I'm all good with that. Like I'm pretty open to saving trades myself. What I'm going to do with my team, by the way, is I've got the Parramatta players in the loophole. I will loophole and see how they score, and then I'll decide whether I sell Latrell based on that. Because if Kautonga scores like 60, then I'll just leave Latrell on my team and just do the loophole. I'll be set. But if Kautonga scores poorly, then I probably want to make a trade. So what are your thoughts on thinking about trading? Yeah, let's see this team. So team looks good. Any red flags? Maybe Connor Watson. It's not a big rush. You've got 2 Roosters. So 3 Roosters. Remember, Roosters are on a bye next week, but 3 is manageable. You have 4. That becomes a bit of a tough situation. Ponga there. I think he bounces back. We both got Cam Munster. That was good last week, but hopefully he keeps it going. Yeah, look, I think you're in a pretty good spot. I don't think you need to trade aggressively. There's things you could do, but no, I'm going to say, sorry, just clarified. You have 487K in the bank. Okay, I think you do trade then. 500K in the bank is too much to sit on. So we're going to force a trade, an upgrade. And the upgrade is going to be probably Jenkins or Tamale, or probably not Tamale. He's making cash. Jenkins, Kautonga, one of these guys. Let's go Jenkins as the least job security. So just because you have 500K in the bank, we're selling Jenkins and we can buy anyone we want. And for you, not a bad. Oh, just looking at your team. You're pretty well covered. I like the idea of going to Lucas, like Dylan Lucas for you. You could go Jenkins to Aaron Clark, Jenkins to Dylan Lucas, but it does leave you a bit overflowing. Go Jenkins to Max King. I don't mind that. Spend the cash. Jenkins to a pod if you wanted to as well. The half spot, you're a bit light at half, so you could go Jenkins to Nico Hines. Like there's heaps of options there. So trade Jenkins, upgrade, use that 500K, use that money. Don't just sit on that cash. I just realized you already have Aaron Clark, but I don't mind the idea of going to one of the halves, like a Nico Hines or someone who plays in round 12. I'm a big Nico fan right now, so I think he sort of figured out how to run the ball again that last 20 minutes of that last game. He's going to bounce back. Then Brian, how you doing? Good to see ya. 151K in the bank, 24 trades. Note missing 1 hooker, 1 mid, 1 edge. Center. Okay, who do you think are the best 3 trade outs? Toa, Hubner, Toya. Yep. So these I have. Hold. Score. 1 trade. Toa straight to someone like. Yeah, Toa to Firma, Karaz, Clark is cool. I like that. I like Toa to Clark in particular. Beefs up the middle forward spots. The Jerome Hughes thing is tempting as well. I've tossed that up in my head too, and I haven't pulled the trigger on it because he hasn't sort of shown the signs of the bounce back yet, and he's still losing cash. It's also not that cheap. He's priced in the low 40s. So if we forecast him for, I don't know, 50 average, he could lose a bit more cash. Or 2 trades here, Hubner and Toya out for King. And okay, Toa. Yeah, you've got a lot of options here. I think the one that makes sense to me is Stafford Toa out for Aaron Clark. Stafford Toa to Aaron Clark, your middle forward spot. I didn't even have to look to know this, but your middle forward spot is cooked for round 12. So Toa to Aaron Clark, it beefs up your team quite a bit. I'm going to recommend that pretty firmly, and I think save some trades, and you'll be in a good spot, Brian. Baked Beans, g'day. G'day, Baked Beans. Only trading confirmed is Kent. All right, let's see that. And then you are thinking about selling Hubner as well. Lucas is a good option. I'm with you on that. So, yeah, trades here. Kent, Hubner, Watson out for Riley Smith, Dylan Lucas, and Aaron Clark. Yeah, these are good trades. I mean, Watson, I'm not desperate to sell, but I think he's one you can sell at this point. So, yeah, those are good trades. Let's just confirm it looks good in your team. Team looks fine. You beefed up your middle forward spot. Ola Kawatu is a nice little pod, by the way. If he doesn't make Origin, that's going to be great for you. Just make sure you do your loopholes effectively as well. You could probably do a little double, triple, quadruple loophole. There's a lot of stuff you can do. I guess you got a lot of red dots, so it's pretty simple loophole between Riley and Jenkins. But yeah, just run that loophole. Those trades are good, man. You're in a good spot. Strongman, also, thumbs up from Joe Stimson. Nice work. Oh, from Arsehole. I just got your name. I just understood it now after I read it out loud. Okay, that makes sense. Now, Strongman, second year play. Any tips for advice Auckland, mate, the Kiwis on top here. I feel like we're like half our audience is Kiwi. Like it's 50% Kiwi. It's crazy. I think it's like 40% Kiwi, 50% Australian, and like 10% Papua New Guinea and pop up as well. So the PNG fans, they want a team. It looks like Perth's going to get that team. I do like Perth as well, though. Little Perth trip. Wouldn't mind both getting a team. Now, let's see this team. Let's go back to fantasy. Latrell Mitchell for Drinkwater, 157K. Bit of cash in the bank. We could maybe get a second trade. Cam Pereira is kind of not the best option to have. Docker Clay, he'll be good in round 12 at least if Watson plays Origin. So you could stick with him. I'd think about selling Hubner or Cam Pereira. Like, what's Cam Pereira cost these days? I haven't seen Cam Pereira in a team for quite a while. So AKP, 406K. Scored an 8 last week. I'd be selling him pretty quick, man. So if we're selling Cam Pereira, we got 157K. We can sell him for someone up to about 565K. 565 would allow you to buy a lot of pretty good options. But you could go, like, as an example, I know you're in rank 18,000. So I think take some risks. If I was you, I'd go Cam Pereira to like Jerome Hughes. Pretty fun option there. Cam Pereira to Jerome Hughes. You also don't have Savala yet. So I think you need to get Savala. So you could go Cam Pereira and Hubner out for Savala and Aaron Clark, right? That's another option there as well. So that's probably what I'd do. I'd go Cam Pereira out, Hubner out, Savala in, Hugo Savala, Savala, and Aaron Clark into your team. I'd add those trades 100%. Hopefully those help you out. Yeah, second year, look, it's all experimentation, by the way. And if you guys are watching along and you're in your first year, second year, even third year, don't stress too much about your rank. Like, you've got to trial and error. You got to figure things out. You got to make all those mistakes. Like, my first year, I think it was like 12,000th or something. And the second year, I think I was like 5,000. So it took me a bit of time to get into it, but there was no content back then. So you had to sort of learn just by doing it. But I still think that's the best way to learn these things too. Now, trades here, we got Hubner and Bentley Hape. Bentley Hape is not great for fantasy, hey? For Cobbo and King Togia, these are pretty sweet trades. I mean, they're a bit more head-to-head focused, these trades, but they're pretty sweet. I think Cobbo has some big potential at the price he's at. He's been an absolute stud when he's played fullback as well. So I'm going to say yes to these trades. Just make sure it looks good in your team. So Cobbo is going to come in. You got Garrick in the starting side, so you do need the help at wing fullback, and you don't trust Bentley Hape at all, I would say. So yeah, bang on those trades, man. That's fun. They're a fun pair of trades. You're going to have a good time with those. Gentle Giant, PK. Hey, Long Eat Casual Athlete. This is my team before trades. What are your thoughts on my team and layout? Let's see. So getting rid of Angus and Toa for money purposes. Go Toya instead. Even fullback. Also, I love that we're at 6:01 p.m. in terms of the sense. Everyone just rushes through. Need a wing fullback, probably a half. Thinking maybe Adam Phil Blake, another option for Origin. Is Hines someone to go for, or is there better options like Katoa? Yeah, I like Hines myself. I got on Hines. I think Hines has massive upside. So Crichton and Egan, I'm going to say no veto because I don't want to sell Egan. So easy veto there. Crichton and Toa, I'm more okay with that. I think Toa's made his cash. These are bloody good trades. Crichton and Toa out for Hines and Drinkwater. They're good trades. Yep, I'm a yes to that. That's a great pair of trades. Or Toa and Crichton out for Drinkwater and Fanil Blake. I prefer Hines. Go Hines. Go Hines. Let me just make sure your halves are not overflowing. So you got Savala there. And then do you have any other halves that play round 12? No, you don't. So just keep an eye on that, guys. If you do have too many halves in round 12, you can only play 2 of them. So yeah, I'm going to say big yes to that. Sick trades. Awesome. Get Hines. That's the play. Hurrying. Hey, mate. I am doing well. Thank you. Looking for some advice on how to trade Savala in or out for some of these options. Let's see. So we've got Kant and Dewey out for Lucas and Savala. These are bloody good trades. Awesome. Kant and Yongi. I wouldn't do that. Yongi plays around 12. Or Kant and Jenkins. Kant and Dewey, man. Kant and Dewey for Lucas and Savala. They're your trades. That's awesome. It's confirmed too. Your team looks good. Yep. Bit of help at center. Don't mind that. Bit of help in the back row. Yeah. Do the Kant and Dewey trade. Easy play for you, man. You're in a good spot. Then we got Turtles. Turtles, how you doing? Turtles, where are you ranked right now, mate? Ranked 27 for Turtles. So yeah, Shy Turtle's been up and down. If you guys wanted to see too, we did a podcast episode with Shy Turtle. I think he was 8th place at that point. So yeah, legend on the pod. He'll be on a bit more this year as well. We'll get him on probably closer to the Origin period to talk about Origin schedules and all that. And Turtles, I know that's news to you, mate. I haven't talked to you about it yet, but we definitely will do that. Now, let's see. Hope you're doing well. Super keen for Magic Round, tipping Eels for a cheeky upset. I've actually made a bet with another creator. So if the Eels lose, I'm going to have to make a video saying the Sharks going to win the comp and put it on my story. So I'm really hoping they do win, and I've definitely backed them with that bet. Now, a bit unsure on what to do this week. Didn't jump on the Savala train last week because I have 3 Roosters. A bit worried about the bye next week. Okay, let's see. Do I move Toya or Hubner to get Savala? Is he a must-have? Oh my god, this lighting is crazy. I'm just going to quickly turn that light back on. But yeah, Savala is a must-have, guys. Savala is a firm must-have. So you have to get Savala. I'm going to say that with a lot of confidence here. So yeah, you definitely need to get Savala into your team. So what trades you got? He got Toya, Hubner for Savala and 635k. At 635k, you've got where are your gaps? That's my next question. Got Clarkey in there already. I was gonna maybe say, but he's a bit more expensive. Sandon, you kept Sandon, making cash there. That's nice. Sil Wong's in there as well, so covers your back row spot. You have Hooker covered. You can maybe get on a Hooker option. That's a tough one. There, you got Karaz there as well. A lot of the options that are around that price, you've already still got into your team. You could go if you wanted to pot up. It's outrageous. If you wanted to pot up, you could go Jerome Hughes. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think it's insane to go Jerome Hughes here. There are a couple of other options I was looking at as well around that price. Let me just have a quick squeeze. So Jerome Hughes is 560, obviously, which is pretty sweet. Britton Nakora is getting a bit cheaper as well. He's sort of around that range. Pappenhausen won't play Origin. He's kept the goal kicking, which is kind of interesting. You could make a speculator on Dylan Brown if you wanted to. Like, there's a few guys around that area, but Jerome Hughes is probably the one that's the most interesting to me. Then, I mean, is there anyone else like Ponga's there? It's so tempting. Isaiah Papali'i might start in the back row for 3 weeks, which it's not guaranteed, so I wouldn't buy him, but I'm just going to flag that one up. And then, yeah, really at that price, I think Jerome Hughes is where I'm leading, but you could also maybe just not sell Hubner. That's the other option. You stick with him, pocket the cash, but I like the idea of Hughes as a pod. It's a risky one though with the injury, so just keep that in mind. But he could be a very fun pod for you there. So that's where I'm leaning. But let's have a chat later as well. You'll be on the call later. So it's just in this section here, Fantasy Lounge, guys. If you're in the guns or mid ranges, you just click on that at 8 p.m. tonight. So in about an hour now, that call goes live. Ethan, how you doing? We've got to finish up pretty soon, guys. So I'll try to power through a few of these. So you've got Toa and Kant out for, yep, these trades are fine. I personally wouldn't go King Togia, though. I just think wait a week on him. So you can go somewhere else instead with these trades. Maybe like you got Clark already. Yeah, have a look at some other options there. Maybe you could go Cobbo or something, something crazy. I wouldn't jump on King Togia, though. Maybe even just don't do the Toa to King Togia part of that trade. It does leave you a bit tricky with money, though. I think go back to the drawing board and maybe go Kant. If you could probably afford to go Kant to Nico Hines direct, like something like that, maybe. Or yeah, I just think King Togia, it's a bit early. I'm just not confident. But if you think he's a talent, you think he's got it, then you can do that trade. But I reckon wait a week. Like Dragons are a bit dicey. You could also go like a Drinkwater. I guess if you're going for that middle forward spot, then Adam Finnell-Blake's a good option. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm going to say yes to these trades, but let's talk more later, Ethan, because there's a few options I want to talk about with you there. And R.Soul. We've got, hey, Longy, thoughts on my team and trades? Any advice would be appreciated. Hubner for Tungo and Mitchell for Lucas. Yeah, these are pretty good trades. Look, Tungo is risky, but he's got upside, so I don't mind this at all. Man, you got some risky options there. Tavanga, Tungo, these sorts of guys. Burton, yeah, Pappenhausen. You're a real speculator. lot of gambles here, but yeah, I'm going to say yes to those trades. You're in a good spot there. Your team looks good to me too. Crossy, keen on getting Lucas this week. Can't go straight from him to any of the centers, so any cheapies would be recommended. Let's see. Do you have Savala? Because that's going to be my first cheapie. You have Savala. Oh, damn. Okay. Maybe Tuavidi potentially. So you're trying to go can't. Trying to get Lucas this week. So Dewey and Hubner out for Lucas, and King Togia might make sense for you. Or Tuavidi if you like him instead. But for your team, it makes sense to go for the cash out. That's why I'm recommending that. So I'm going to say Dewey and Hubner out for Lucas and the cash out there. That's the play for you. Starboy, let's go through your team more detailed later, but I just want to give him a brag here. Rank 14 for the Starboy. He's been on the rise. Yeah, and one of the OGs too. We had like 20 people in here last year, so it was a lot smaller back then. But Starboy is one of the first ones who jumped on. So always got a spot in my heart, mate. Now, let's see your trades. Because you rank 14, it's important times. We'll go through your team in more detail later as well, but 62K. I'd probably be looking at selling. Damn, you've got everyone, man. Who do you sell? Bloody hell. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You're in rank 14. You know, because Metcalf bounced back last week. You could force a trade. You don't actually have to trade. Do you have Savala? Okay, you don't have Savala. That's the one issue for you. You don't have Savala, but you can get him 277K. It's probably going to be a case of Jenkins to Savala for you. That's probably the single trade you make. It frees up a little bit of cash. Like it'll put you at about 170K in the bank. You could think about upgrades, but I wouldn't force it. So Jenkins to Savala, bang, done, easy. Talk more later, but super cruisy, man. The great spot there too, rank 14. Hayne Train, I'll do about 3 more here, guys. I'll answer a few questions in chat because just it is 7 o'clock. Got to record a few things tonight. So Yo Longy letting go of Watson a week early because Aaron's break even is. Yep, Royce Hunt, no brainer. Need to start upgrading wing fullbacks, Drinky, Sharp, etc. Going to Yo. Let's see this. Watson, Hunt. Yep, easy sells. Clark, King Togia. Again, King Togia. I'm not that keen, but it makes sense for your team to make that trade. So, yep, I'm going to say yes to those trades. I think, yeah. Team looks good. A bit light at wing fullback, but I guess you got Garrick there as well. Maybe think about upgrading wing fullback. It might even be a case that you get Sharp instead of Aaron Clark. In fact, I'm probably going to make that pivot for you. Like your wing fullback's a bit average, so I'd maybe go for Sharp instead of Aaron Clark, and upgrade that instead, or maybe Dylan Lucas or one of these guys. I'd make that pivot personally because your backline's a bit fragile in my view. Turn Savages. How long are these my trades for this week and the team overall? So let's see. Gus Crichton, Thomas Kent, Hubner. Yes. Sells. Lucas, Vanilla Blake, King Togia. It makes sense for your team, so I'm good with it. Then the bench. Bench looks strong. That's a very strong bench. A lot of middle forwards. So you need those for round 12. Team looks good too. I'd probably think about. I guess you don't really have any loopholes, but you could consider benching Kautonga for Savala or someone like that as well. Riley Smith, maybe, but that's an option. But it's good the setup you have there. Vincennes, I'll do a couple more here. Leaning towards Lucas, 2 more. Leaning towards Dylan Lucas over Drinkwater. However, I feel like moving forward is a lighter. Let's see the trades. We've got Toya and Cant out for Riley Smith and Dylan Lucas. Yep. Toya and Cant for Riley and Lucas. Yeah, these trades are fine. Yeah, not desperate to sell Toya, but I think the trades are good. You could potentially just do Cant to Lucas as well, but Riley does help you in round 12. So I'm going to say yes to those trades. You're very strong at the center spot as well. Yep. Make those trades, pull the trigger. You're in a good spot. Hubner or Toya, though, for the sell, I'd sell Hubner before I sold Toya, right? So maybe swap that trade around. Sell Hubner instead. And good luck to you this week too. And then Raz, and I'll do DJ Gandalfs as well because he's been engaged. So thinking either of these trades, first will leave me with money to spare come around 12. Second is a gamble on Cobbo. Decent rank at the moment, fair bit of squad value. Wanting to hopefully push into the top 1,000. Yeah, I think you will. All right, it's a good goal. Yeah, ranked around 3,000 there. Let's see. Toya and Can out for Lucas and Cobbo. Cobbo's upside, man. Like, you're taking the upside play. I don't mind that at all. Or Lucas and King Togia. Nah, take the Specky. Have fun with it. Go Cobbo. I think Cobbo's the fun option. 3 weeks here. He could kill it. He might win the spot long term as well. You know, Walsh has been pretty bad, and there's a lot of talk about Walsh right now. DJ Gandalf, the last one here, and then everyone else, yours will get written reviews. And if you guys are watching along and you want to join, link is in the description of this video. But you can join there as well, and you get a written review later. Or if you join Gun and Mid-Ranger, jump on the call at 8 p.m. and we'll go through your team in more detail. But Gandalf, good team. You got Takiaho, who's good for a loophole and nothing else in terms of fantasy. And then Toa for Savala Clark. Yeah, you need to get Savala, and Clark makes sense as well. Your wing fullback spot is strong. You've got Sharp, Tedesco, Ponga already. You got Lucas already. Okay, yeah. So that was the counters I was going to make. But yeah, you're in a good spot here. Your loophole's good. I would probably loop Riley, Smith, and Savala myself, just because I think Riley has a potential to score well, playing 80 minutes at hooker, and could just be an easy 45 for you. So I would put Riley Smith into emergency 5 if I was running this team. But otherwise, trades are good, man. You know, guys, I'll answer a couple of questions in the chat. Then we got to jump off. And if you're in Discord, you'll see me there later as well. And thank you, Isabella P. Appreciate that. Little tip. Love it. What's good? Isora, good to see you. Let's see if there's any questions here. Thinking about Latrell and Toya, Drinky and Hines. Yeah, great trades. Massive upgrades. I'm going to say yes to that. Cole, Toya, Harbnuts, Tuavidi, Savala, Lucas. Yep, I'm happy with those as well. Yep, they're good trades. Toya to Lucas. Yeah, it's an upgrade, so I'll say yes to that. Katoa, good pod. Ellie Katoa is one that's interesting in the next few weeks. Isaiah Katoa is a solid one as well. Got 418k in the bank. Need a mid right now. There's not heaps on the board. Get really cheap. I'm sort of saving my mids for later. I'm going to buy a few mids just before round 12. Latrell to Drinkwater. Yeah, good trade. That's solid. Got Katoa and Drinkwater. Thoughts? Yep, I like them. Yolongi, Watson, Sell. Gonna get Clark. Yeah, I think that's a good trade. I wouldn't do that trade next week. Do it this week, or don't do it at all, basically. And last one, Brendan Piakuru. Yeah, Brendan Piakura on the bench. So anyway, guys, that is me done dusted for Pick My Team this week. If you didn't get a review, you'll get one later tonight. It won't be too late tonight. So I'll send those through later tonight as well. Guys, jump in Discord. It's a great spot. Obviously, bit of news that Jamie shut his Discord down. So if you're a Discord refugee, you know, you're displaced and you do want a spot, we're a good spot. We don't have any tolerance for any BS. So if anyone's bullying anyone or, you know, going off at anyone, we don't like that. But otherwise, it's a really fun spot. And game day threads go off. It's a great spot to be. Jamie did put his new group on Facebook as well. So if you come from his group, check out his Facebook too. I've heard it's pretty good so far. Anyway, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Best of luck this week. Trade hard and peace out.